What's up builders, it's me Jimbotron back at you with another video. In today's video we're doing something a little different, and that's because it's highly requested by my viewers to cover games played in the Pro Stadium League. And I recently got asked to help out with some stadium esports teams, Infrared and Ultraviolet. These teams are varsity and junior teams and are signed up to the SBIO tournament. If you're interested in following them, I'll leave the link down below to both the Discord for the tournament and the socials of where you can watch our stuff. Let's get into it. So for context, the game I'm covering is actually not from a tournament, but was a show match between Infra and Ultra. I'm going to take a moment to break down the builds used for you guys and the thoughts behind them. And if you guys really don't care and don't want to learn and just want to see the gameplay, I'll leave a timestamp for it for you to skip to. First, we're going to be talking about Infrared. Now, Infrared's roster consisted of Rorka, Drop, Crow, Arzu, and thew. A few of you longtime watchers might recognize Crow, as I featured him on a video a while back when I played against him. Let's look at the builds. First, we have Rorka, and Rorka is running a hybrid Junker Queen build because Royal Bullets did just get significantly nerfed. He's mainly only running it to proc Superflexor to get 25 ability power for more axe damage. On top of that, he has Jet Skates plus Soaring Slice, which allows him to have a ton of mobility. I think this will be the upcoming meta for Junker Queen. And we have Drop, and I'm not going to talk much about Drop, solely because longtime viewers of my channel know that this is my Genji build. He was using mine for this game, and I want to make a whole video covering that one day. Then we have Crow, who is running a roll build. I call it a roll build. It's mainly just primary fire builds with roll powers. It works really well because he gets a 2-second cooldown reset on every crit on his rolls that do both healing and damage, which allows him to play really aggressively with high mobility all of the time. Then we have Arzu, who is on Brig. He was playing rally spam here, Scald casting plus Scaled Steel for the crazy amounts of rally generation, along with Incinerator and Aura farming to make sure that he doesn't die. This is probably the strongest Brig build out right now. There is one or two things I would change, but we are not critiquing builds here, we are only showcasing them. And finally, we have thew. So, disclaimer, there are two Annas in this game, and both of them are running very similar builds. This is round 4, and thew opted to go for a Team Nano variation of this, whereas the other team I'm about to get into went for Falconer. This is the typical Falcon protocol, just with Team Nano run first over the Falconer power. This has got a high amount of AP healing, along with probably the strongest support ult, if not the strongest ultimate in the game, with Team Nano plus Eye of Horus making sure that everyone gets hit. Moving on to Ultraviolet. So first we have Gaming Bear on AP Ramatra. He was running this as it's just been debuffed, similar to how Rorka on Junker Queen was running a nerfed Junker Queen. However, there is definitely still value here. He chose to run Final Form over Ravaging Vortex, so he is going for a sustain element rather than a damage element. And then up next we have Adam, and Adam was playing a very similar build to Crow. However, instead of taking the cooldown reduction, Adam opted for the extra flashbang duration, probably to counter Drop's Genji. He also opted for a lot less weapon power, but in return received a lot more utility items compared to Eavescrow's damage. Then we have Mista on Cryo Heal Mei, another build of mine that gets showcased in this lobby, which is great to see. I'll leave that one linked down below as well. This build is all about crazy stalling and max HP stacking, and you'll see later on in the round he really does achieve those. Then we have thew, and thew is running a melee Brig, which is very unconventional for tournament standard. A lot of Brigs either run pack stacking or rally spam mainly, or they'll hybrid both of them. We never really see much melee play, so this was honestly a good pick to see here, but I'll show you later in the highlights, it really does put in a lot of work. And finally, we have Ohm running the Falcon protocol. He chose to go for Grenatus Pin over Refresher, which probably ended up losing him value in the long game. However, I can see why this pick was made. Fun fact, this was Ohm's first game on Ana properly. He is not an Ana player, so the fact that he put up some good numbers here is insane. So the round starts as soon as both teams get out of spawn, as Ohm is running the Falcon protocol. This means that just by walking out of spawn, he's able to give his entire team 20 ultimate charge, giving them a large lead coming into the first fight in terms of ultimate economy. So Infrared's going to be the aggressive opener to this first fight, with Rorka on Junker Queen, engaging using his high mobility build. Unfortunately, he actually gets caught off guard by Ohm with an anti-grenade, and immediately gets collapsed on. All while this is happening, Drop secures the kill on Adam, and then dives back in to try and secure more value after Rorka gets traded. Unfortunately, Drop immediately gets ice pillared, followed by anti-grenaded. He drops his field support to try and sustain it. However, the anti is too much, and he gets cleaned up by Mista. From there, Arzu and thew back out, and unfortunately, Gro tries to do the same, but ends up getting staggered. With the first fight over, the true power of the Falcon Protocol is starting to show. Although the game seemed pretty even in terms of the fight, Ultraviolet had a clear ultimate advantage here coming into the second fight simply because of the grenade cycling. But does Arzu care? Absolutely not. Gaming Bear opens up with his ultimate to start this next fight. In response, Arzu uses Rally. Bearing in mind, this is a fully spec'd Rally. Ultraviolet responds by using both Mei and Cassidy's ult. However, Arzu backs out, and together him and Drop secure the kill on thew. From there, it's just cleanup from Infrared. Mista being on the stall build falls last, as expected. However, now Infrared are on the offensive, and they have a severe ultimate advantage here. Rorka and Arzu both position aggressively to get angles on both sides, completely unaware that Team Captain Ohm is actually Falcon cycling behind the wall to try and help the team get their ultimate advantage back. Arzu pushes for some early ultimate gain. Rorka uses his ultimate to open the fight. Drop quickly follows, and it is one swift cleanup. Mista uses the stall build to its full potential to stay alive here, and even manages to secure the kill on Gro before dying himself. However, yet again it's Arzu with the ultimate pulling through, and Drop helping to secure the kills that allow Infrared to clean up this fight. Infrared is now clearly in the lead. Ultimates are about the same on both sides. This game could really go either way. Coming into the final fight, there are 5 seconds left on the clock, and Ultraviolet knows this. Gaming Bear pops his ultimate to try and secure some kills in the pre-fight so that they can get the momentum going back their way. thew pushes Arzu back, and being on the melee build gives him a severe advantage, so Arzu can't keep up and he gets traded out for Bear. However, Drop decides to even those odds by securing the kill on Atom. It's all down to overtime, and it's up to Mista and Brando to hold the point down long enough for everyone to come back. Drop immediately re-engages after securing the kill on Atom, and recognizing that this is a 2 versus 4 and it's virtually unwinnable, thew is forced to try and push the enemy team back whilst Mista stalls the point out from Drop. Mista on the ultimate stall build really puts up the best fight he can to stall this point out, but unfortunately, Infrared just have too strong of a grasp on the push bot at this point, and ultimately, they secure the round. Honestly, this game was absolutely insane. Both sides put up amazing fights at different points in the game, and I think every player had their own individual highlights throughout the round that really showed what higher levels of play is all about. Covering games like this is something that I will definitely be doing going forward on the channel, so if you want to see more of this stuff, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know down below if it's what you want to see. Till next time, builders.